adventure today?
What did you say, little girl?
What's Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly's adventure today?
Ah, okay. Well, I think today they told me, or Mommy Pig told me, that they were going to start a yard service, a lawn service. Now, boys and girls, you may not know what that is. So that means that they want to try to start a business and take care of the yards for everybody, their lawns for everybody. And sorry, I have my head official production person here, and she's fussing with the camera. She shushed me. So Mommy Pig she had seen let's start this back over. When Mommy Pig went to the grocery store this morning, she saw that there was some yard sales. And so she kind of went by one, and she saw this really nice riding lawnmower. And she thought, they're selling a riding lawnmower at a yard sale? Wow. So she stopped in and she talked to them, and they only wanted $25 for it. That's what she said. She said, what? And he told her, the man told her, he says, this works just perfect. And he said, I got a new one, and I'm going to be nice to somebody, whoever wants it, so it's only $25. And she says, well, I'll take it. And they loaded it up in the back of her car, and he says, are you going to be able to get this out of your car? And she said, well, yep, I got a way to get it out. So she said, thank you very, very much. So she got home, and the boys were sitting there, and they were twiddling their thumbs, and they didn't know what they were going to do. And for some strange reason, Little Bad Wolf didn't come by, and neither did Allie the alligator. And so she says, what are you guys doing? What are you thinking about? And Squiggly says, well, we're trying to figure out how to make some money, because we know that school is going to start pretty soon, we hope. And after that, we know sooner turn around and it's Christmas, so we need to make some money. And she says, well, boys, what do you think about mowing yards for people? And Piggly and Wiggly said, oh, that's kind of hard, isn't it, Mama? And she says, well, not if you have a good lawnmower. She says, it's not. She said, you know the lawnmower that I always use for our yard? And they said, yes. And she said, well, I think that you could use that lawnmower. And so they got it out, and they looked at it, and they cranked it up, and they did a couple little pushes in the yard and everything. And so they said, well, we could do this. She says, well, what you would do, she says, is one of you mow the yard, and one of you rake the yard, and the other one of you can dig out the weeds out of the flower bed, or you can cut the hedges, whatever happens to be in that yard. But she says, I think a better idea, she said, I think what you could do is ask Little Bad Wolf and Allie the alligator to be working with you, and then you'd have a 5-man crew, and everybody could take turns doing the lawnmower and the raking and the hedge or the flowers, whatever needs. And that way, if you had 2 extra people, then you could take turns with the lawnmower and you wouldn't get tired, and you could take turns with the raking and you wouldn't get tired, and you'd get through faster. Wow. Squiggly says, Mommy, that's a good idea. And so Mommy says, well, why don't we get some shirts? And why don't you call Little Bad Wolf and you call Allie the alligator and ask him to come over and we'll talk about all of this. Oh my goodness gracious, they were so excited. So she says, well, I think what you need to do, she says, let's practice. Let's see if Patty Pig's mama will let you mow her yard. And let's see if Allie the alligator, you can mow their yard. And Little Bad Wolf, I know he needs his yard mowed because he doesn't have a lawnmower and he lives all by himself. And maybe you can go to Frankie Fox and mow his lawn. And so that way you all can learn what to do. And so the three little pigs says, oh, that's a wonderful idea. So they all got together and Little Bad Wolf came and Allie the alligator came and Mommy Piggy got some shirts and she put letters on them. It said, the Three Little Pig Yard Service. Now they didn't like that name. So what could they name their service? What could they name their yard work? Let me see. They could say PWS Yard Work and Company.
And Company.
Why don't we do that? And Mommy Pig says, okay, I'll cut the letters out and I'll iron them on your shirts. So, of course, she got Piggly his yellow shirt and Wiggly his blue shirt and Squiggly his red shirt. And she got a green shirt for Allie the alligator, and she got a orange shirt for Little Bad Wolf. And she put all the letters on, so it says PWS Yard Service and Company. Well, I mean to tell you right now, they practiced all week long. They practiced on Patty Pig's yard. They practiced on Frankie Fox's yard. They practiced it on Sally Skunk's yard. They practiced it on Allie the alligator's yard, and they practiced it on Little Bad Wolf's yard, and of course they practiced on Mommy's yard too. Oh, boy, they were worn out. Oh my gracious sakes alive, they were worn out. And Mommy Pig says, I think you boys have done a wonderful job. And you've shared the work, and you've helped each other, and you're going to split the money that you make. I think that was wonderful. Now, I think what you should charge for a yard to mow, if it's just a regular size yard like you've been working on, let's say $15. Oh boy, to the boys, that was so good. Now, if I remember, there's 5 little boys, and $15, that's only $3, but as Squiggly always said, it's more money than what we had before.
That's right.
And Mama Piggy says, that's right. We didn't have $3 before, and now you got $3. Now, if it's a big yard like Farmer Brown's, you can charge $25. Ooh, Piggly says, oh boy. And she says, if you get really, really good and you got a lot of customers, maybe I'll let you borrow my new riding lawnmower. So they went out and they put an ad in the paper, and they put an ad on the Facebook, and they put an ad on the church bulletin board, and it said the 3 Little Pigs and Company Yard Service.
PWS Yard Service. PWS and Company.
PWS, wow, thank you. I forgot about PWS Yard Service and Company. And so, doggone it, they got phone calls all afternoon. People wanting them to come and mow their yard. So Monday, they started mowing the yard, and they started mowing yards. And the first yard they went to was a little old lady who lived all by herself. And oh, her yard, it was so deep. The grass was just so deep. And they didn't know if they were going to be able to mow this yard or not. And so, oh, excuse me, Grandmommy's got an itchy nose. So they started out and they rummed up the lawnmower and they started in. It was almost too deep for them to mow, but they got through the yard, and oh my gracious sakes, the boys did she had a flower garden that was, oh, it was pitiful looking because she couldn't get out there and weed her flowers, and the boys did such a great job on the weeding of the flowers, and they all started blooming, and it was hot, and it was really nice, and so, I'm sorry. They raked the yard, and it was really nice. And she said, oh, boys, she said, I've made you some lemonade because I know you're hot and sweaty, and I'm going to give you even more money. You deserve such a nice, oh my gracious sakes, I haven't seen my yard look this pretty in such a long time. And she gave him $25 and fresh made lemonade and fresh baked oatmeal raisin cookies. And oh my gracious sakes, they were so tired when they got home, and they said, oh, don't know if we can do this again or not. Oh, we're so tired, we're so tired, we're so tired. Now, this is how they looked when they first started out during the day, but they got tired after that. So, Mommy Pig says, well, maybe you only better work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. What do you boys think? You think you want to take a day off and have a day every other day? Well, we won't make as much money, and we got all these people that called us. What are we going to do? And Allie Alligator says, well, let's vote on it. I think we should vote on it. So, Mommy Piggy says, okay, raise your hands if you want to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And raise your hands if you want to work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, first up is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Nobody raised their hand? Only one person? Uh-oh. And so, do you want to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Everybody's hand went up. Oh my goodness gracious, everybody's hand went up. Even the one that said they wanted to work on just Monday. They changed their mind. So Mama Piggy says, wow. She says, okay. She says, what we better do, she says, you better start out real early in the morning before it gets real hot, because you know how the hot is. It's the sun just beats down on you, and it just makes you feel so bad, so tired. And then you'll be through in the middle of the morning because all of you work real good together. And so the next day, they went out again because, you know, today was Monday. They went out again, and this time they got to go to a new gentleman that just moved into town, and he was the fire chief. And he had a big yard. Oh, did he have a big yard. And Mommy Piggy says that morning before they started out, she said, Piggy and Wiggly and Squiggly, Little Bad Wolf, who do you think could drive the riding lawnmower? And Little Bad Wolf says, well, I'd like to try because Farmer Brown lets me help him. She says, good. She says, you get on that riding lawnmower, and she says, Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly, you take the regular lawnmower, and then you get the job done quicker, and you won't be so tired. Mommy Piggy says, I don't know if I'm going to let them go, but we're going to have to try it. And doggone it, they went down the road, over the path, and through the woods, and they came to the big yard of Mr. Fire Chief, and he was standing out in the front of the yard waiting for him to come before he went to work. And he said, "Ooh, 2 lawnmowers you boys have got, and a rake, and a hoe, and some hedge clippers. Well, you boys are just really on the ball." He said, okay, he said, I am going to go to work now. He said, would you please call me when you get through, and I'm going to come home and I'll pay you what I think that you're going to earn. I don't know if I'm going to pay you that $25 or not, because my yard's real big. You got to do a good job on this. Well, you know that the piggies have got a good work ethic. Now, boys and girls, that means that they got the idea on how to work and how to do successful. These are words that are way over your all's heads. However,
They're learning.
They're learning. So anyway, that's what they did. And they did such a great job. Mr. Fire Chief, man, he paid them $30. Oh, my heavens above. $30. And I think that that is the end of the story, boys and girls.
They had a new career to save money for Christmas.
They did. They got jobs for Christmas, and they're saving their money. And isn't that wonderful? Not everybody is going to make them lemonade, and not everybody is going to pay them more than they want, but it's going to be good, and they like it. I think we got another picture coming of them. Is this when they're tired?
No.
Oh, she's colored the picture. Okay. Okay. Whoops. So, we will see you next Monday. And I want to say hello again to my friend Betty and her 3 little grandbabies. I want to say hello to Zach and Caden up in Pennsylvania. And I think we had one more. Well, anyway, and all you big boys and girls, your grandmommies and grandpuppies and mommies and daddies, yes, we're going to close, and we will see you again Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.